Can I have a volunteer light a candle? Yes. Just press this one. Two more candles. Just press this one. Okay. One last candle. Just press this one. Please sit down. Sad. Let's turn to page number 5. We will do our chanting before our meditation. Salutation to the Buddha. Namo tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. The three refuges. Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Dhammam saranam gacchāmi, Sangham saranam gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Sangham saranam gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saranam gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammam saranam gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Sangham saranam gacchāmi.
Next page. 5 precepts.
Pāṇātipātā vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi, Adinādhāna vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi, Kāmesu micchāchārā vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi, Musāvādā vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi, Surāmeraya mājja pamādantāna vīramani sikkhapadam samadhiyāmi.
The opposite page. Affirmative vows based on 5 precepts.
Being aware of the suffering caused by the destruction of life, I vow to cultivate compassion and learn ways to protect the lives of all living beings. Being aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, stealing, and oppression, I vow to respect the property of others and practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. Being aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to respect my feelings and those of others. I am determined not to engage in relationships without love and long-term commitment. Being aware that words can create suffering, I vow to learn to speak truthfully and develop peaceful, kind, and meaningful speech. Being aware of the suffering that an intoxicated and agitated mind can produce, I vow to develop mindfulness and heedfulness.
Next page. Homage to the Buddha.
Itipiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vinjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu Anuntaro purisa dhamma sarati Santa deva manussanang buddho bhagavati
Homage to the Dhamma.
Swaggatato bhagavata dhammo samdintiko akaliko ehi pansiko openaiko panchantam veditambo vinyogiti
Homage to the Sangha.
Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Samichi patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadidang chantari purisa yugani Anta purisa pungala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuniyo pahuniyo Dankiniyo anjali karaniyo Anutterang punyak ketang lokasensati Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu
Next page. Offerings. Offering of light.
Ganasarampedintena Dipena tamadansina Tilokadipang sambuddhang Pujayami tamunudang
Offering of incense.
Gandha samparayuttena dhupena hang sugandhina pujaye pujaniyang tam puja bhajana muttamang
Offering of flowers.
Vanna gandha gunopetang etang kusuma santatin pujayami muning dansa siripada saroruhe pujemi buddhang kusumina nina Punyena metena labhavi mokkhaṃ pumpang vilayati yatha idam me khayo tatayati vinasa bhavam
Offering of water.
Adivasetu no bhante paniyang parikampitam Anukampang upadaya patiganhatu uttama.
Offering of drinks.
Adivasetu no bhante gilane panchayang imang anukampang upadaya patiganhatu uttama.
Worship of shrines.
Wangdami cetiyang sabbang sabbetani supatintitang saririka dhatu mahabodhing buddha rupang sakalang sada. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Next page. Wish of well-being.
Namaste. Namaste Mano Ratenante Yang Punya Bisandang Vipulang Alatang Tansanu Hatante Rayo.
Reflections on the teaching of the Buddha in English.
Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Ade. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering follows like the wheel that follows the foot of the ox. Mind is the forerunner of all experiences. Mind is chief. Mind made Ade. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness follows like one's own shadow that never leaves. Generosity, kind words, benevolent actions towards others, and equanimity towards all beings and all things. These bonds of sympathy function in the world like a linchpin in a moving cart. One by one, little by little, moment by moment, wise people should remove their impurities as the smith removes the dross from silver. For one who mindfully develops boundless loving kindness, mental defilements are weakened, and the freedom from clinging is seen. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees with this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path of purification. All conditioned things are unsatisfactory. When one sees with this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path of purification. All things are not self. When one sees with this wisdom, one turns away from suffering. This is the path of purification. Excellent,
Excellent, excellent.
Let us together practice this meditation. Today we are going to practice loving kindness meditation together with three other related qualities. Loving kindness is coupled with other sublime virtues. So today we will practice not only loving kindness but also compassion, altruistic or sympathetic joy, and equanimity. So loving kindness is a willingness, is a friendliness, is unconditional love, a sense of wish of well-being towards all beings. Compassion is we experience it whenever we encounter suffering. There is our wish for others to be free from suffering and our need to relieve the suffering of others. There is sensitivity to the suffering and pain of others and our willingness to remove it. And sympathetic joy is what we experience when we see happiness and joy and success in others. That quality is rejoicing of the happiness of others, rejoice in the success and progress in others. And equanimity is the balance of the mind, understanding the limitations of our wishes and accepting the reality and maintaining the balance with regard to everyone and ups and downs in the life. So we try to cultivate all these four qualities as a group today, as a practice. So we will enhance, we will incorporate the other three virtues to our loving kindness meditation. So with that, let us now start. Before we start, take a moment to rejoice this opportunity. We were able to dedicate ourselves fully to this wholesome practice today. Rejoice that of your decision, your effort to come here, and rejoice all the favorable conditions that supported you to join this meditation today. Be grateful and appreciate. Be thankful and grateful to all the people and all the other conditions that enable you to come here today. And with that gratitude and appreciation and rejoice, make a determination that I will engage in this meditation wholeheartedly. I will make use of this wholesome space, this wholesome gathering, this guidance, and I will engage in a committed practice. With that determination, let us listen to the sound of the bell and to the chant and help ourselves to settle into this mode. Let us settle into this moment. Try to be with our body, feeling the body as it is sitting here now. Feeling the touch sensation throughout the body. Acknowledging the press muscles against the chair or cushion. And feeling the other sensation we have with our clothes in the upper body. And noticing all these sensations and helping ourselves to be here with the body. With this awareness of the body, we will allow this body to further relax, inviting all the muscles in the body to loosen up. We can use our breath to further settle and further calm this body. Take a deep, slow in-breath. Fill your lungs with fresh air with a long, deep in-breath. And release that breath very slowly, relaxing the chest, the belly. Take another such long, deep in-breath, gently. And release that breath also, relaxing, releasing, loosening. Take such few long, deep in-breath, allowing this whole body to further relax. With every out-breath, we keep relaxing, releasing, loosening the whole body. With that relaxation, let us now bring our attention to our mind itself. We gently watch our mind and notice whatever the thoughts and memories that are surfacing right now. Our mind will be calmer now, but there still can be a thought, memories keep popping up. We will gently notice them. Simply watching those thoughts and memories without developing any further. Various thoughts and memories can keep popping up. But underneath all these thoughts and memories, we have a deep in the mind, we have a capacity for loving kindness. We all have this capacity to laugh, to care, to have friendliness towards all beings. This is the time for us to bring that deep, wholesome capacity to the surface of our mind, generating that willingness for everyone to be well, generating that friendliness towards all beings, generating that goodwill and genuine wish of well being towards all. We will allow this wholesome quality to manifest right now. And we will also develop its different facets: compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. Let us make our mind as wholesome as we can today, filling it with this wholesome loving kindness and also its different facets of compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. As a way of helping ourselves to generate these qualities, let us now bring to our mind a dearly beloved person in our life. Try to bring to your mind someone you deeply respect, someone you deeply care, someone whom you can truly trust. You can bring such a great person to your mind right now. Could be someone who has deep care for you in your childhood. Could be your great teacher. Whoever caring person who had a great impact on you. Even there can be few, just select one. Bring the image of that person right in front of you. This caring person who gave you so much warmth, care, and guidance. Right now, let us cultivate these four qualities with regard to this person. With deep gratitude, with deep appreciation for all the love and care we receive from that person, please repeat these wishes after me towards this person right now. Let us try to make them as genuine as we can. Genuinely making these good wishes to this special person in your life. Mentally repeat after me. May you be well. May you be healthy. May you Be peaceful. If this person is going through difficult times, some form of pain or suffering or illness, let us wish. May you be free from all physical suffering. May you be free from all ailments and pains. May you be free from mental suffering. May you be free from all difficulties and troubles. If this person is going through a moments of joy, success, and fulfillment, let us wish. May you continue to be in this joy and happiness. May you improve this joy, happiness, and success. May you continue to be blessed with success, progress, and happiness. Let us now understand that everyone is subject to the law of impermanence. Everyone is subject to the law of the karma. So we develop equanimity towards this person. May you understand the law of impermanence. May you take the responsibility of your own actions. May you find wisdom to overcome all difficulties in life. May you rely on your own strength and mindfulness to be free from suffering. May you maintain the balance in ups and downs in your life. Let us now expand this wish beyond this beloved person to all the other people who are connected to our life. Expand the same wish to all people who are known to you, all the beloved family members, all good friends. May they all be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. May they all be free from physical suffering. Be free from all ailments and pains. Be free from all troubles and difficulties. May they all be free from all mental suffering. May they all continue to enjoy whatever success and pleasures they may be having now. May they maintain whatever the joy and success in their lives. May they improve their levels of joy and success. May they enhance their happiness day by day. May they all understand the law of impermanence. May they all understand the law of karma. May they all take the responsibility of their own actions. May they find wisdom and guidance to live their lives. Let us now expand this wish beyond the beloved people in our life to all other people. May everyone living in this whole society may all people living in the areas where we are familiar with, may all people in this city, in the surrounding area, the people whom we have not met yet, may all people in this whole surrounding area in the city and the neighboring cities. May they all be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. May they all be free from whatever physical suffering they are going through. Be free from all ailments and pains. Be free from all troubles and difficulties. May they all be free from mental suffering. May they all continue to enjoy whatever comfort and happiness they may be having now. May they all improve their happiness and success. May they all enhance their joy, happiness, and success. May they all understand the law of impermanence. May they all understand the law of karma. May they all take responsibility of their own actions. May they all find wisdom to live their lives. Let us expand this wish towards all people living everywhere. All people living in faraway places, in faraway countries, wherever there are human beings, expand this wish towards all these directions and regions. May all of them be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful. May they all be free from whatever physical suffering they are going through. Be free from all ailments and pains. Be free from all troubles and difficulties. Be free from all mental suffering. May they all continue to enjoy whatever comfort and happiness they are going through. May they improve their joy, happiness, and success. May they enhance their capacity to find joy. May they all understand the law of impermanence. May they all understand the law of karma. May they all take the responsibility of their own actions. May they all find wisdom to live their lives well. Let us expand this wish beyond human beings to all other living beings, to all animals, and whatever life forms there may be, from large ones to tiny ones. May they all be well, be safe, be healthy, be peaceful, be free from suffering. Maintain their comfort and joy. Find wisdom to live their lives well. May all living beings, each and every living organism, without exception, be well, be free from suffering. Continue the joy and happiness. Find wisdom to live the life well. May they all be peaceful, peaceful, peaceful. Maintaining these four sublime attitudes towards all living beings, expanding this wish towards all living beings with no boundaries, no limits. Let us maintain this wholesome state of the mind. Abide in these wholesome virtues and qualities. Let us now gently enhance our peace in the mind by gently bringing our attention to our breath and gently watching the flow of the breath happening right now. Let us enhance our peace, calmness by resting our attention on our breath. Noticing the flow of the breath through the inner walls of the nose. Noticing it behind our throat. And noticing it is going in, the quality of the air. And noticing that when it is coming out and touching the upper lips. Let us continue to be with our breath again and again. Bringing our attention back to the breath again and again. And resting our mind on breath. For next few minutes, nothing is important except the breath. We can attend to everything after this. For next few minutes, the most important thing is the breath. Just be with the breath. Rest with the breath. Keep noticing the breath. Bhayam Pathacha Nibbhaya Sukham Pathacha Nisukha Hontu sabbepi panino. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are grieving be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation and gently put your palms together and place them against your chest. Let us take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have peaceful meditation in our life. Let us feel grateful to all great teachers, the enlightened masters in the past, who transmitted these teachings from generation to generation. Let us feel grateful who helped and supported our meditation tonight. Feel grateful to all the guidance and instructions, and to people who arranged and cleaned this place for us to meditate, and who support the maintenance of the center. Deeply feel grateful to even to these non-living things which helped our meditation, including this cushion, this bell, and this device that help us to meditate from home. With deep gratitude, let us say Sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Secondly, let us dedicate this meditation to the loving memory of the past departed Pope Francis. Let us be deeply grateful for his dedicated life, for his great compassion and caring for the poor, for the underprivileged. Let us also wish that may all the people who are mourning his passing find some solace. May all find peace. Enough. Enough. That's it later. Next time. Okay. Looks like summer has arrived before the spring. But, okay, I'd like to share your experience, your feedback. Today we did a slightly different meditation, not the usual loving kindness, but we call Brahma Vihara meditation. The four qualities we try to cultivate: loving kindness, compassion, and sympathetic joy and equanimity are also called sublime virtues and also divine abodes or Brahma Vihara. Because when you cultivate them and when you can abide in those qualities, you are like living in heaven on earth. They are always called Brahma Vihara. Any thoughts or comments for sharing?
We were meditating and hoping that, our target, whether it was our friend or the whole community or the whole world, understood the law of karma. And I did genuinely wish that for them, but I'm not entirely sure I fully understand it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's a good comment. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Maybe we can understand in simple level. That means our actions um, produce results, cause and effect relationship. Our actions, in addition to immediate results, leaves a kind of um, impact and kind of seeds in our mind. So our deliberate actions, all our deliberate actions leave impact or seeds in our mind, and which will produce similar results later. So, so our actions are fruitful, and they produce fruits. Yeah, that's a simple. It's simply, even though you may not understand the full spectrum of the law of karma, just simply try to, like making this wish that may people, find be responsible for the actions. So I term in that way too, right? Yeah. So we didn't focus too much on ourselves, just outward only. Yeah. Okay, so maybe we can move to our discussion. Yeah, I think whenever we are used to one meditation, it's very easy for us to go into the state, like really feel it and really abide in it. And so when you try to practice new meditation, it takes a while for us to wire the brain. We are like creating a new pathways. It takes a while for us to like move through easily.
Yeah, it felt like I had to focus a little bit more.
Yeah, like a more thinking, more
Yeah.
thoughts, yeah. Because we are moving from loving kindness to compassion to altruistic joy to equanimity. Maybe we can just do one form at a time and try to do like four different things. Okay, I thought for our discussion, last few days, we encounter a few prominent deaths, and of course, the passing of Pope Francis, Holy Father, and also the passing of Bhante Punna's master. We had a memorial service yesterday. So and that brought me to this topic. Maybe we should discuss about death. And, the very important topic. Right? Because although we try not to talk about it, but it is something that that quite definite in our life. We cannot be sure of many other things, but one thing we can be definitely sure is our own death. And not only our own death, but everyone's death. Right. So I think therefore it's important for us to have some understanding of death. There's also a meditation called death meditation. I dare not to do it here, but we did it yesterday. uh, in memorial service, we did the meditation on death. So the death. So in the Buddhist training, we try to not to deny or forget or escape death, but actually write on meditate on death. Because that is seen as something that death is usually seen as something that creates enthusiasm. It's not seen as something that will give you depression if you do it in a correct way. And of course, if you do it in a unguided, wrong way, definitely that will lead you to depression and to feeling of down. But if you do it properly, it actually supposed to generate interest, enthusiasm, encouragement to our spiritual practice. It is the best medicine to overcome lethargy, overcome negligence. Because we can take many things for granted if you don't realize the death, right? So death gives you energy. I should do it now. Yeah. Anyway, let's try to discuss some key things that we find in the teaching of the Buddha, and we can have some discussion. Death is understood in Buddhism in two different levels. One is death that we all talk about, like death is like a collapsing of our physical organism, and that is one level of death. And usually, it is defined as separating the heat and the consciousness from the physical organism. Separation of the heat and the consciousness from the physical organism or body is called death. Like definition of the death. That is the kind of death that we all are familiar with. But there's also another death that we talk about. That is called momentary death. Momentary death. That means there's a death happening within ourselves faster than we think. In addition to that, ultimate collapsing of our whole physical organism, there is continuous death happening in our life. In fact, we have died many times already. And understanding death in that way, there's a death happening in a constant level within us. So once we understand the momentary death, that means actually our physical body and also our mental process in a continuous state of flux. Though we tend to see our body as one single thing that has been there for, since our childhood, like if I think that this finger, I had this finger since I was 5 years old, not 5, but but I can talk about this finger, right? Finger, that what I did with this finger, how this finger got hurt, I can talk about this finger as if it was the same finger, for many, many years. But in reality, and I don't know which finger I'm having now, because this finger can be completely replaced, within, certain number of years. I may be, I don't know which version of the finger that I have been having now, maybe 50 or 60. Yeah, maybe, I don't know if I just give 1 year. Yeah. So therefore, there's always constant replacing and renewing, changing happening in our body. But it's not only the body, but even our mental life. Our mental process is also renewing, changing. All our what we mean by mental process are our memories, our knowledge, or our concepts, and also our habitual patterns, our tendencies, our dispositions, our tendencies, the different patterns and tendencies and dispositions, and also our sensory consciousness, our ability to be conscious of. So those are the processes what we call generally mind, but in these are interrelated different mental processes. All these processes keep changing. And our memories are memories keep changing. We build new memories. We, renew memories. Whenever we remember something, we already change that memory. The more we remember, the more we, influence, impact that memory. So the memory is not like a fixed record of what happened. It's also active process. We may forget things, and we also renew memories, and more we renew, we also change it, we also influence it. So memory keeps changing. And our tendencies, our habitual patterns, our preferences, these are also changing. What you like when you were a small child is not something you like now. Or your preferences have changed. Your pattern of behavior, how you react, you respond to things have been changed. Hopefully, after you start meditation, your reaction has been better than previous, right? So that's also changed. So many things are changed. Therefore, so there are momentary deaths happening, renewal and deaths happening all the time. So when you recognize this momentary death and our ultimate collapse of the physical organism, uh, seems to be not that of a big deal. So that's that. These are the two different. But so therefore, we realize that actually our death, like a conventionally what you call death, is actually a dramatic change, definitely dramatic change to our already changing process. It's not something kind of like there was something existing permanently, and suddenly it collapsed. It's not like that. There's already dying process, and it met with a dramatic change. That is how death is understood in Buddhist context. But that death happens, and that death happens, and I think even in the Buddhist context, that dramatic change, that death is not seen as an end. It's simply seen as a transition. It's a transition because what is collapsing is the physical process. The mental process that has been changing all the while somehow have this notion of I, notion of self, and also craving for that, craving for maintaining that I. Therefore, that mental process is so powerful because of the craving for maintaining the I, that need. Therefore, in the physical body collapsed, and the mental process is not ready to stop, and is full of energy, full of this full of full of force of that craving to maintain the I. Therefore, that whole mental process will propel itself or push itself to a new physical form, and then reestablish there and continue to process from there. That is the Buddhist explanation, what you call rebirth. And then, so then it continued to, it's a kind of transition to another form. But it's also already a changing, mental process. Now the physical process collapse, and there's no support for this mental process to continue. But this mental process has not kind of released its energy. Has not transcended its narrow self. It's so attached that narrow self, and so in need of maintaining it. It's a power now. So when this basis is collapsed, and it will find a new base, new support to continue. So it happens until we transcend this need, transcend this self-centeredness, transcend that whole craving for the self-identity, and that transcendence is what we call enlightenment. And until we achieve, until we transcend that, until we transcend it when we are alive. Enlightenment doesn't happen at the moment of death. It happens when you are fully alive. You kind of we transcend that self-centered when we are alive, and then there's no one to die in that sense. But until then, we will reproduce our different versions of ourselves again, 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 again. So therefore, how the death is seen in Buddhism is actually because, but that enlightenment happens, as a result of a transformation, as a result of training, as a result of going beyond the self that requires a complete transformation. But that can happen in one lifetime. That can happen in few lifetimes. If that happens in a few lifetimes, so death is usually seen as a step closer to that transcendence. If we cannot achieve that transcendence, that much of a big transformation at one time, you can do it gradually. You can have a gradual approach. So each lifetime become an opportunity for us to understand this whole process and transcend our narrow self a little bit, and enhance our compassion and going beyond our self-centeredness a little bit and opening up a little bit. And so each death become a step forward to that complete transcendence. And so it's like, if you consider it's like a pilgrimage, you are going towards that complete transcendence, complete selflessness. But each time you transcend a little bit, you open a little bit, you enhance your narrow self a little bit, uh, and each death is a step forward in that journey. So each lifetime is an opportunity for us to open up, for us to have compassion and develop wisdom, and open up the narrowness. So death is not a loss in that sense. And then it's an opportunity to maybe transcend to a little bit. So I mean, we have this. I have heard in your in when my conversation with you, I have heard this concept of old soul, like a mature soul. Like, what do you mean by old soul, right? Like old soul. No, yeah, I have heard people saying that, oh, he's an old soul. Looks like it's like a like meaning like he has been here for long enough, and is a little bit mature than other people, right? Does it? I mean, is this the way you use the term old soul?
Yeah.
So we can have an old soul even though we are young. It means young or whatever means that means we have been maybe practicing these qualities for some time, and when you are born into this new life, you're already kind of quite far ahead in your journey. You are an old soul. Closer than life, but in that sense. Anyway, there are other things, but I would like to open for the discussion and questions.
Can I ask
Yes.
a question? I actually have two questions.
Yeah.
So is the progression on a positive slope? Like, will it always be better and better, or can I go back? Can I regress?
Yeah, it's not automatic.
Okay.
This evolution is not automatic. It's a conscious evolution. So if you do not purposely do it, you will less samsara, wandering.
Okay.
Wandering. We just wander.
Okay.
No goal, no aim. That is how it's so then, but if you start a spiritual practice, then it can be a progression.
And that's why there's many of us in the world.
This wandering.
And when you said the mental force, okay,
The craving as a mental force.
yeah, when we die, we have that. That for me, I always thought of this mental force as a part of my form, and it's disconnected from my subconscious. So I don't understand how the mental force can actually have access, which is coming from my mind, can have access to my transition. can, am I, did I ask the question?
Yeah, I mean, you're asking that how when the body completely collapses and how the mental process itself has the power to
Yes,
move into a different place.
yes. I thought it dies with the mind.
What do you mean by the mind?
You mean brain, maybe?
Brain.
Yeah.
I think in Buddhist understanding, we don't reduce all our mental process to physical processes. Physical process, like including brain, our whole body is a support, is a basis. But our mental process cannot be completely reduced to our this body. They coexist, they rely on each other, but mental process is another form of energy which function with the help of the physical processes. So our mind is not the brain, but the brain supports the mind.
Is that where ego is?
Yeah, that mental when that mental process has the craving as a part of that process, mainly craving for you know yeah, and that is the part of the ego. Yeah. Yeah. So in the Buddhist understanding, this mental process is very active form of energy, and also the craving can be a very powerful energy, particularly at the moment of death. It can, it can be very powerful. You may experience it when you die. How powerful it's going to be, and I mean, of course, because we are all normal, ordinary beings, we all have, our need, for self-preservation, survival, I mean, of course, we are kind and compassionate, but we haven't fully transcend our notion of self. Therefore, it's very natural, we will fight for the last breath. Even when the last breath is gone, you are not going to give it up. Because that's going to be so powerful.
Because we're human still.
Yeah, I mean,
Human
because
instinct
the
is
craving
to-
is so powerful yet. Yeah, we still have the self. Yeah, but you can push it to a wholesome direction, to be to go a better realm, and then continue where you left off. Hopefully not wandering, but
So
Yeah.
Bhante, to understand the power of mind, so we can think the physical body is decaying, getting old, but the mind is not getting old. That therefore we can use that power to bear the suffering and face to the challenges, because
Exactly.
mind is strong.
Mind can be developed.
Yeah.
The mental process can be cultivated.
Mm.
Yes, body can get weakened, and the more we, let's say the time body can get weakened and decay, but mind can be developed.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that we can develop. Body we cannot develop. Maybe we can do exercise and maintain some kind of some kind of strength, but ultimately it has its own life, so to speak. But mind can be developed. Our compassion can be developed. Our sharpness can be developed. Our mindfulness can be developed. That's what we are doing. It can be developed. Our virtues can be developed. It can develop. And then when the body collapses, and if you're not enlightened yet, and then that whatever developed state will continue in the next form. That is why we have met enough people, and people have different levels of qualities and virtues. Some people are by nature more patient than the others. Some people are, more mindful than the others. Some people are more caring, compassionate, empathetic than others. We don't want to discriminate anyone, but we just have to accept people have different levels of their spiritual journey by when they're already born. Yes, you had the question.
So, what if you don't remember your past lives? Are there people who remember? Is that like, are you further along if you remember?
Yeah, I think we don't remember it. I think we don't remember it for a reason actually, because we'll be very confused if we remember it. We will not be able to develop new, self identity if we have all these memories of the past lives. So I think it happens due to a reason, but I think through training, through deep meditation, you can recover some of the memories. Those memories comes when you are spiritually mature enough to handle that memory and not to be confused and not to be like attached or whatever. So until then, it will be dangerous if we. I think those children who are born with some memories, I have some issues of like establishing their identity of here or now. Yeah. There's an interesting book. I think it's called A Soul Survivor, like a soul survivor, SOLE, and survivor. It's about American fighter jet pilot who happened to die on air, and he has such a distinct memory of the people. And actually, it's a book called Soul Survivor. You can read, and U.S. Air Force were able to correct some of their misunderstanding of the war and names to by talking to him. Yeah. So, but it was well documented, and now there's a book called Soul Survivor. But then he had an issue since childhood. He said, you are not my mother, you are not my father," and he has difficulty accepting the new family. You know, and in the same thing will happen to us if we remember those things. Too, yeah. Yeah.
So I guess I'm just wondering, I've just had the privilege
Yeah.
of sitting with a number of people as they've died, and some people it's very peaceful, and other people it's what the grasping for the last breath. Is that a sign, much like an old soul, that maybe that person is more ready or not?
Yeah, that's interesting observation. Yeah, it could be due to our physical condition too. Because ultimately we are dealing with this body, right? So sometimes physical discomfort can influence how we deal with the last moment. But I think if we have prepared well before we die, I think definitely we will be able to. More likely, we'll have a peaceful death. Yeah, some kind of level of acceptance. I think there's a benefit of doing meditation because there's interesting discourse about the saying that people who are afraid of death are people who have so much preoccupation and so much attachment to sensual pleasures. When you have so much attachment to sensual pleasures, it's difficult for them to accept and face the death, because in the process of dying, you are slowly losing this ability of the senses. Imagine that suddenly you lost the sight, you don't see anything at all, complete dark, and what kind of anxious and what kind of feeling that will create in that person's mind. But then you lose the other senses. So people who are so attached to sensual pleasures will definitely find it so disturbing. And so, but the people who have trained their mind to like let go will be able to find it, easily. I feel like the people who are meditating are actually almost like rehearsing. Yeah, I'm not saying rehearsing the whole thing, but like being comfortable. Imagine that we are fully comfortable to be with any sight. We are fully comfortable to be without any sounds. We are fully comfortable to be without any sensory stimulation. This is not common. People always want something to grab, something to indulge, something to plugged in, right? So we are always looking for something. But here we are purposely withdrawing ourselves from our sight, withdrawing ourselves from our sensory. We are fully okay with that. When you train that mental state, You will not be surprised or upset or fearful when in the process of dying. You are fully comfortable with that before even you die. Okay, so I think so much to learn. So there's we can. I think so. Let us understand that death is going to definitely happen to all of us, and everyone is facing it. But when you deeply understand this whole process of death, it becomes something that not that dramatic, not that fearful, and we can definitely make it a step forward in our journey towards the enlightenment. Okay, so with that, let us move to the other part of the program. Turn to page 14. Let us take this moment to share this good merits, good energy we generated here with many others. By doing this practice together, engaging in these wholesome practices, we have generated so much goodness in our heart. Let us now share these good merits with all others. First of all, let us recall to our mind our departed relatives, our ancestors, our family members. Let us feel grateful towards their love and care, and let us share these merits with all of them. Idang me ñātīnaṃ hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Idang me ñātīnaṃ hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Idang me ñātīnaṃ hotu sukita huntu ñātayo. Let us also share these merits with all other living beings. If there's any being living in this world who would like to share this merit, may he or she do so. May all living beings share our merits. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Ettavata ca amhehi sambhatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampanti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampanti siddhya sabbe sattva anumodantu sabba sampanti siddhya. Wish for the well-being of the world in English. May the weather be pleasing. May the people prosper in their lives. May there be peace and happiness in the world. May the rulers be righteous. May all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Aspiration. May this wholesome act quicken the liberation of my mind from mental defilements. By virtue of this wholesome act, may I never follow the unwise people. May I associate with good people until I attain Nibbana, purification. If by body, speech, or mind I have carelessly done wrong, I acknowledge them all in front of the Tathagata of great wisdom and determine to be heedful. Now we will do our blessing chant. We are going to chant the loving kindness sutra given by the Buddha with great compassion for all living beings. We are going to chant the same sutra for you, wishing you good health, peace, happiness, and strength and courage to overcome challenges and difficulties in your life. May you all receive the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha. May all receive the blessings of the wholesome vibration we are generating now. You may also recall to your mind whoever you want to share these blessings with, your family members, people who need these blessings. Keep them in your mind and share these blessings with them too. May all of you be well, happy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya manta kusalena yantam santam padam abhisamincha sakko jocha sojocha sovacho chasansamudu anatimani santo sansakocha subharocha ampakinchocha Sallahukavunti samprindriyocha nipakocha ampagambo kulesu ananugindo nachakundam samachare kinchiyena vinyo pare upavadeyum sukhino vakemino hontu sabbe santa bhavantu sukhitanta ye kechipana bhutanti tasavatavarava anavasesadikava ye mahantava majjivarasusakanukatula Dittava eva additta ye chadure vasanti avidure bhutava sambhavesiva sabbe santa bhavantu sukhitantana paro parang nikumbete Nati manyeta katanta chinang kanchi vyarosana patiga sanyananya manyasya dukkamichaya mata yatha niyang kuntang ayusa Eka punta manurake evam pisamba bhute sumanasang aparimanang mettang ca sambhalokasming manasang bhavaye aparimanang Undang adocha tiriyang cha asambadang avirang asapantang titang charang nising no vasayano vayavatasang savigadamindo etang sating aditteya Brahmamitang viharang idamaho ditting ca anupagam silava dasanina sampanno kame suvinaya gedang nahi jatu gambaseyang punareti Tena sanca vanjena sonte te hotu sambadaye tena sanca vanjena sambarogo vinasatu etena sanca vanjena hotu te jaya mangalang Sabbitiyo මාතේ භවත්වන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ. Let's take a moment of reflection. Let us recall to our mind whatever kind deed that we were able to do during our past few days. Recall to your mind an incident that you were able to help someone. You were able to listen to someone. You were able to be kind to others. Recall such a concrete moment. Let us rejoice these opportunities to be kind to others. On this day, or in the past, if I have done kind deeds to other beings with my body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in those kind deeds, appreciating the opportunity to be helpful to others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, wishing more opportunities to practice compassion. I rejoice in those kind deeds, resolving not to compare myself with others. I rejoice in those kind deeds, and gladly share this joy with all beings everywhere. May my kind deeds relieve the burdens of other beings. May my kind deeds shield me from all dangers and pain. May my kind deeds and merits that come from them help me in freeing my heart. Now recall to your mind whatever kindness you receive from others. Think about the help and kindness you received from someone else during your past few days. Or seeing someone is doing a good deed. Let us rejoice the goodness of others. On this day, or in the past, if I have seen or heard of the kind deeds done by others, with their body, speech, or mind, whether great or little, here before the Buddha, I call to mind those kind deeds, and let my heart rejoice. I rejoice in the goodness of others, being always ready to praise kind people and follow their example. I rejoice in the goodness of others, appreciating that there are many good-hearted people in the world. I rejoice in the goodness of others, expressing gratitude for any kindness done. May the kind deeds of others bring safety and happiness to many living beings. May the kind deeds of others foster gratitude and fellowship among many living beings. May the kind deeds of others nurture goodness in me and many living beings. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So nice to have you all tonight. Really appreciate your participation, your contribution, and so few announcements. Actually, this Saturday, we are planning to make lanterns. Vesak is for to celebrate the birthday, the enlightenment, and the passing of the Buddha. We prepare lanterns. So Bante, Kamala said have made a lot of lanterns last year too. So we are going to have a session. If you like, can help. Saturday at 3, right, Bante?
Yes.
Yeah, Saturday at 3 p.m. We'll have a session to help Bante to prepare the lanterns, and you will see some of the hanging, in the library. And then you can learn how to make them from Bante. And also, we will at the same time we will also have some cleaning session. Some who join the lanterns can join, others can help me and Bante Metta, who just arrived, last night, still having jet lag, to help, clean and there are some lights to be clean and also other things. So if you can be part of that, volunteer hour, please plan to come at 3 p.m. on Saturday. Yeah. Okay, and then remember May 11th, May 18th are two important days. May 11th, we will have a half-day retreat here in honor of the birthday of the Buddha. And then on 18th, we'll have a joint ceremony, a joint meditation for world peace, and with all other Buddhist organizations in the area, we'll get together in the north side in the downtown. We bring our Buddha statue over there, and we'll have a joint meditation, and then we'll also have a procession to the river, because on the meditation we will focus on a bowl of water to bring all our good thoughts, and inviting that bowl water to absorb our good thoughts, and we'll carry that water in a procession to the river, and then we release that water one by one. Everyone get a chance to release that water to the river, wishing peace and well-being to everyone. Yeah. So that is on 18th May. So remember these 2 days. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone who joined our YouTube. Really appreciate your participation, your commitment to practice from home, which is more difficult than here. So really appreciate, and thank you very much. And good night to all. Yeah, thank you. Please come to have blessing stream.